Alright, what's up everybody? So, I'm just making this as kind of an interview for myself and then for you to get to know me better. So, I have a few questions prepared, and it's basically just to kind of show my track record and then talk about my journey and a few other things as well. Alright, let's get into it. So, I'm just trying to build some trust in the community because it has been recommended to me that I make a clear explanation video of my track record and also what is actually in the mentorship. Like, what do I provide if you decide to join my mentorship? So, basically, I've been trading for almost 2 years now. And in these 2 years, I've traded three strategies. The first one was an option strategy from Morgan Hope. He's a pretty well-known guy. I feel like if you're in the trading community, you've seen him in his Urus cruising around every once in a while. And his strategy is what kind of taught me the basics of trading, how the market moves, stuff like that. But I actually couldn't really stay focused on options trading back when I started because I wasn't like that serious about trading, is what I'm trying to say. And I actually don't really know why I wasn't that serious, because I paid $1,000 for his mentorship, which was a lot to me 2 years ago, and I mean it still is substantial amount of money today, but to come up with $1,000 just only to buy a mentorship, I mean, it was more like a course. It didn't really mentor me. So to buy a course for $1,000, you know, was pretty hard, but I managed to do it. Learned the basics. I got interested in trading. So that was kind of like my buy-in to the whole scene. Whew, yeah. All right. And then I started trading smart money concepts. TJR, I learned bootcamp. A lot of people have been on the same track, or maybe they still are, or just started. And then I studied ICT concepts as well, but it got me close to passing accounts, really close, and around 5 months ago I was like, maybe this is not really working for me, because the entries, I noticed my entries were always like horrible. Like, maybe there was a really good move to the upside or to the downside, and I just got into it at like the top 25% that was left. So I missed 75% of the move, and in turn that usually resulted in consolidation on my trade right around my entry, or it just reversed after maybe $100 or $200 in profit and then just hit my stop. Like, I got stopped out, and I was like, what is causing this? And then I was like, there's too many confluences to hit here. Like, there's just too many things that need to happen at the same time every single day that I would be trading, like every day. And I didn't have anyone to hold my hand because I was doing this whole thing alone. And then in my country, a lot of you may know, I'm not from the US, so I'm from Europe, but in my country and around my age, there are not many traders that I still know of. So yeah, that was really difficult. I got one friend though, Bente. He is a pretty good trader by now as well, and I kind of got him into trading, but then he kind of went on his own path, even though we traded the same strategy, and then we are still trading the same strategy today after we both switched from ICT Concepts and Smart Money. And he is my best friend. So, with that said, I was trying to look into how to get better entries and stuff like that, and then I found one person who's Vito, and he still had his free course available on YouTube, and he was still not a really small, but he was still a smaller creator. I think he was around 5k followers when I actually found his channel, and then I watched a couple videos, and with Bente, I was like, bro, we should actually backtest this strat, like see how it works and everything, because he was doing numbers back then, even like 20k on multiple fundeds per trade. So he was probably copy trading like 2 or 3, 4 or 5 200k accounts or 150k. I don't really remember, but I saw 20k winning days from him, and I was like, holy shit, this strategy is actually goated. Like, I backtested that same strat that he's using, and I got like 50 to 70% win rate when I was forward testing as well. So I still didn't really know the strategy that well. I knew the key features of it, but overall I didn't really understand it. And then I got more into it, and now I'm at a pretty stable 76 to 83 or 84% win rate, which is actually pretty good. And then I also make a lot more than I lose with this. So my average R is usually 1.5 to 2 R usually. That's what I usually aim for. So with this whole strat, I was like, holy shit, this is goated. And then I was like actually doing it. I was actually trading this strat every single day, getting after it. And then I just passed an account. Or in May, I started learning those concepts, his strat, like 3 months before. So it was around late February, I think. And then from that point on, I've passed multiple fundeds. I have had payout, which I will show you in like 1 second. So I just won this on my track record, that in around 3 months of just seeing the strategy, I went from that to past funded, which I couldn't do for more than a year with Smart Money Concepts. More than a year. And I achieved more in 6 months than I have in 1.5 years with 2 different strategies. I've achieved way more. Way more. I started this channel when I was still trading Smart Money. I've got some pretty good trades on here, some pretty bad losses as well. But you will kind of see the switch when I started switching strategies actually on the daily, when I wasn't trading Smart Money Concepts on my accounts anymore. So you will probably be able to see the switch in titles as well, in descriptions. But yeah, so I actually want to show you a few things if you wanna hold on. Alright, so I've kind of decided to just get the screenshots because I couldn't get it to open it in different tabs on Proton Mail for some reason. You can do it on Google Mail, but not here. So where do we begin? Let's begin. No, wait. Yeah, you know what? Let's begin. Not even with here. Right here. No, not right here. Over here. So you can see the first one that I passed was on May 30th, and then if you look at my channel, you can see when I started making the switch. And on this particular account, I was down $500 on my first trade, which was because I completely missed an entry and FOMO'd into a trade. I still remember this clear as day because that was just 3 months ago. So you can see that on May 30th I passed the account, And then I was doing my Express account, and then I was trading on the other account as well. And then I've passed 2 more Top Step accounts since, and then I've also passed accounts at another firm on share leverage funding that you can see right here. You can see I passed it like a month after I did this one. And then this is like not all of the accounts and the payouts I've had, but it's just a few, so there's something to put on my record, and this video doesn't stretch to 35-40 minutes long. Alright, so you can actually check every single trade I take, except for maybe a few weeks that I don't upload, but then you will be able to see those on my stories. So I've passed multiple Top Step accounts, payout, another funded pass, another payout, another payout, another payout. This is the payout request for this payout. So this is, I mean, a substantial amount of money that I've made from the strategy that is now being taught for $3,000 to $4,000, which is also a one-time payment, like my $150 mentorship. And then that strategy that I learned for free is now $3,000 to $4,000, which is wild in my opinion, like extremely wild. So, oh yeah, also on the wall, boom, just a few. Those are the first Top Step account I passed, I think first payout from share leverage funding, and then first share leverage account passed as well. But Top Step actually doesn't give you those certificates for more than one account. So if you are trading under the same name, under the same email, under your same account, if you pass a combine that's right there, you won't be able to get multiple of those. So I've written them emails asking them if they can send me a certificate for every single one of my accounts, and then they just said no, we don't do that. You only get one per your whole life. So yeah, not even if you pass a 50K, you know, you get like the same thing. If you pass 100K, the same thing. 150K, the same thing. You will get another certificate is if you get called up to a live account, which is like something like this but in like gold. So that's what I'm also trying to reach, because maybe like 1 or 2% of Top Step traders can actually get to that point, which is absolutely crazy, I think, because you only need 6 payouts on one account, which is not too difficult. It's not as difficult as people think, I feel like. And you can do that pretty much in 3-4 months. Like, let's say, you know, you can get a payout every 5 days. So you win 5 days, 5 days payout, another 5-day payout, another 5-day payout, blah 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 blah. That's a month and a half if you keep consistently winning. Let's say you lose 50% of the time, or you don't trade, or something happens, 3 months. If you're actually sitting down in front of your PC trading on that account, or on up to 5 accounts, you can get there in 3 or 4 months. So yeah. Alright, so now we're getting like back on track. So the same mentorship I was telling you about, I feel like that's not really a mentorship. It's kind of turned to a course, because it does not give you can still live trade with people in mentorships who are maybe bigger creators, but in my mentorship I only have 9 spots left, and we are doing live calls every single day live calls. You can learn the strategy that I'm using, which I've also kind of reformulated, so I'm not just reselling someone's strategy, and I will tell you what I've changed in the strategy that the before mentioned creator was trading. If you actually join the mentorship, I will tell you everything. So, we're doing live calls every single day. You learn the strategy. I will be in a call with the members, and if you cannot attend the call, I will be recording it and uploading it. So if you miss one call, you can actually go back and rewatch it. That's the strategy learning part. If you join the mentorship, in a month you will be trading by yourself without having to hold my hand. You can be in a call, whatever, and you will be able to see like, oh, Fayo, I don't think that's a good trade to take. I think you should take the opposite direction because this and this level is looking better, or this and this pair is looking better, and then I will be like, okay, you try and trade that pair, or try to do the opposite of what I'm doing, and then you will see which turns out better. So with this said, you can watch everything back. Even if you attend the calls, you can watch it back. The questions, everything will be included. In the video, I will just press record when we start it and then end it when we leave the call. Another thing is that if you're stuck with anything, I will be available maybe 16 out of 7. So every week, I just have to get some sleep, so I cannot really talk to you when I'm asleep. But for the rest of the day, you can contact me, you can call me. If I cannot pick up, I will tell you when I can pick up, and then when we can get into a call, and I will explain everything to you so that you will be able to understand. You can ask as many questions as you want. The mentorship is $150 flat lifetime, so that means you do not have to pay anything for the rest of your life if you join my mentorship. And just imagine this: if you pass a $50 account, which is a 50K account on Top Step, so it's $50 for the 50K. You pass it, you pay the activation fee, you get that costs you $200. So my mentorship is cheaper than a past Top Step account. Maybe you've already failed 3 Top Step accounts, or whatever firm's accounts you failed, but I guarantee you that my $150 that you will spend on this mentorship will give you a far greater return than any other mentorship available. And I'm not trying to get at anyone who's selling a mentorship, because it's not the strategy that's hard to master, it's your psychology. And that's also what I'm trying to help you with, which other people don't really help you with in my mentorship, because I'm pretty young still. I'm still 18. And I still have 2 years under my belt from trading. But I've probably went through almost the same things in trading as you did, or as you are going to go through. So I'm trying to prevent that, so you can actually progress much, much faster. There's one person in the mentorship. He's the one person that's joined, and he joined before I even posted the onboarding. He told me he wants to learn because he's seen my content. I told him it's flat 150, he paid it, and then we were getting into calls every single day. And I've explained everything to him. He's actually up $600 on his first ever funded account, which is, it's like a week, not even a week old. So he had 3 trading days. Today he won, yesterday he won. On Monday he won as well. So he's made $600 so far on his account, and he started trading with me 2 weeks ago, and he's already projected to pass that account even possibly by next week. So in less than a month he's able to pass an account. And if you learn my strategy, you pass your funded, that will cost you, for a 50K account that you've passed, plus my mentorship, that will cost you $350. My first payout covered that. So if I were to get into my own mentorship and then pass an account, I would be breaking even on my first ever payout. And I guarantee you that your first payout will not be any less than $400 or $350 for that matter. So if you can consistently come into the calls and you are dedicated, also while making my mentorship paid, because I've been holding free live calls since April, I think. Yeah, since April. I've been holding free live calls every single day on Discord. You can check the testimonials on my Discord. I'm making this mentorship paid because there was a pretty wise guy that was, and still is in the Discord. He told me that I should charge people money for this, because if someone pays me money, they will have to hold themselves accountable to actually show up every single day, because they don't want to lose that money and not get anything back from it. And when they're paying me money, I'm actually going to be even more focused on that person because he has paid me, and I have to try my best to give him the knowledge that he paid for. So, with this said, I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully from the lake, posting a trade recap. So, I'll see you guys again in the next one. Peace out.